Love him. Let's go check out Payton Clark-Smith. He runs his own design agency, and this is just taken from, I believe, a podcast interview that he did with him. Good stuff. Let's check it out.
It feels like a lot of things are changing, right? With AI and all these no-code tools. And I just think that there is still so much awesome potential, and everything seems to start with a website. I think people that are serious about running their business, they appreciate having an expert that really understands how to do it quickly, efficiently, and that they can feel confident that it's going to work. There's a lot more than just design that goes into building a website, right?
True.
Why is that your bread and butter? Why is building websites still such a good idea as a business model?
I love that question because I think it feels like a lot of things are changing, right? With AI, all these no-code tools. And I just think that there is still so much awesome potential, and everything seems to start with a website, whether you're pursuing one of your own ideas or starting a business or helping somebody else do that or working with clients or starting a side project. It all kind of comes back to that ability to take an idea, build a website around it that will help grow that idea, promote that idea. And I just think that, at least from my experience, it seems like there's an endless need for it out there. You just got to.
I'm curious to see, because the way that he said promote, this is a big thing that I keep going back to, where it's very self-serving of one side of the UX market, that is the consumer corporate marketing side of things. You're helping promote a product, you're describing a company's services and whatnot, you're creating a literally a market website where you can purchase things and whatnot, which I mean definitely is a big wing, and it's probably, I mean, I think it's fair to say it's probably the larger wing in terms of just sheer numbers of the UX designers and web designers. It's probably more significant around that end of things. But again, that is like, it is a very bloated, very, very, very bloated wing of UX design.
Put yourself in front of the right people, and it's just such a fun thing too, man. It's building websites that when I want to do something fun for me, I find myself opening my laptop, just tinkering around with one of my own websites, and it's the best.
I think that like a lot of people, like you kind of said, like new technologies come out, like maybe the real big hype is about like AI.
I'm a negative Nancy. I'm an asshole. I get that. The fact that he pulls up a website and is tinkering around with it just sends up red flags to me. Why? Why are you tinkering around with it? What user feedback led you to do that? What was the reasoning beyond you just wanted to fuck around? And that's fine if it is a fuck around with website that is not published or live or anything. And granted, he didn't say that. I'm putting words in his mouth by assuming that he's referring to a live product. But it shows a passion, but it sends up flags for me.
Or mobile apps or whatever it is. And people forget, I think, like you're saying, kind of just echoing what you said, that like websites still are such a valuable, needed resource. But I think people get it in their mind that like, oh, aren't we kind of like past that? Can't anybody just kind of Squarespace something or grab a template and update it? You know, what do you say to those people who are kind of doubtful about kind of like harnessing or like maybe molding their business around building websites?
Yeah, I think you're always going to find business owners that want to do it themselves. And you certainly can figure that out, right? Squarespace or Wix, or there are a lot of these really easy site builders. But I think people that are serious about running their business, they appreciate having an expert that really understands.
I don't like that. I know I'm cutting him off mid-speech. Fucking sue me. That terminology or that framing of saying that you're not a real business owner or you don't really want it if you don't want to hire an expert, I hate that. I hate that a lot. It just feels demeaning. I get what he's going for here. I get the point of like being like, oh no, this is actually supposed to be like him talking about the need for having someone that can solely focus on that in order to optimize the best results out of that specific thing. But at the same time, the implication that if you don't have a specialist for that role, that you are doing something wrong is not the case. There's so many factors that go into the size, the state of your product, the state of your website or whatnot. It might be too fucking early for you to even have a website. So you shouldn't need a UX designer. You might have a website that you need to work yourself in order to help work through. And I actually recommend this. I recommend that everyone tries to make their own website first, because if you aren't actively involved in the understanding of how you want to market your product and how you want that market and how that product be presented to customers, you're out of the loop. And that is a logical deficit that you need to fill. Now, hiring specialists to help you along with it is a good idea once you reach that level of readiness. But if you're not at that level of readiness, you should not hire specialists. I'm sorry. I know it's counterproductive to my own career, but no.
How to do it quickly, efficiently, and that they can feel confident that it's going to work. And so those that are some of the businesses that I've enjoyed working with most are the ones that are like, we don't want to figure out how to do this, or we don't want our internal team to have to figure this out. We know you've done this enough. You know what works. You're going to guide us through this process. And it's worth the investment to them because...
Okay, but that's not okay. This is, oh God, I'm sorry. I really didn't think I was going to disagree this much with this guy. This is really just sitting up, shut up and get out of my way. It's really just giving, I don't want to collaborate with them. I don't want to deal with stakeholders talking to me. I want them to go, you know what's best, and then just get back to us when the product's done. Or just to nod and yay and cheer in all the meetings and whatnot. I know it's not what he's saying. I know that's a gross exaggeration of it, but this is just a little on me. I'm getting red flags.
There's a lot more than just design that goes into building a website, right? There's so much strategy. And that was when I made the decision to start learning SEO. And, I just dove into like YouTube and any free course I could find. And then I ended up taking a paid SEO course. And that was really the big change in my agency. And really that's what kind of took me from freelancer to agency, because I started building a team that understood SEO and my clients started paying monthly retainers. And so that was the first.
This ties back to an earlier point that I made, where it is all about developing external skills around UX design, or around UI design. Is really what it comes down to. You cannot be a sole designer. You have to be able to provide some other service, whether it is the UX side of it, research side, or what he's talking about, which is hater moment, fully being a hater. It's just marketing. It's being able to provide a marketing service as well, which is not a bad thing. I'd certainly get it. It's definitely a good thing to address. I know people are gonna fucking attack me for saying that SEO is marketing, but it just, for the way that he's describing it and the way that he's presenting it, he's referring to generating click-through rates, generating any kind of like getting it to the top page of Google and whatnot, which is SEO. But he's referring to the marketable aspects of it. He's not referring to necessarily like making sure that the content is worded in a way. He did talk about copywriting a little bit, but it's more so about making sure the content is written in a way that it auto-fills on like Google when you're searching it in there. Yeah, it's very marketing focused. But it's a good thing. No, again, that sounds like such a negative asshole saying it like that. It is a good thing. It is a good skill to have. It's just one wing of the larger UX web design problem.
Kind of transition into that. And then we started doing more. We started focusing on like site migrations were a great additional service. And then copywriting and monthly content. And then we started helping people with, we've got a few clients that we manage their Google ads, and it's just an awesome way to say.
So his company is a marketing agency. That's what it is. It's not a design agency. He's not focusing on the design overall. He is running yes, website design might be the most applicable term for it, but it's truly just, I'm going to run your website for you. You're not going to have much say. You're not going to have much input. I'm going to produce content for you. You can give, no, I don't like that. Yes, I like that kind of a feedback. But you're not going to write it. You're not going to design it. You're not going to provide anything beyond that kind of a conversational input, which immediately just sends shivers down my spine. I hate every second of that.